Hello, everyone. Welcome back to March's Planning Mess. This is going to be a bit of a plan with me and a bit of just thinking through how my week is going. We had spring break last week, and I picked my daughter up at the end of the week before from her boarding school, and she had a very horrible stomach bug that had come up the night before I picked her up and continued throughout that morning. So by the time I got there, the dean was like, yeah, this has been an 8 to 12 hour thing. She's in about hour 10. She's probably going to start feeling really good soon. Everything's going great. Well, of course, our whole family was terrified because not only did I not find out about the stomach bug till I was already on the road, but there was, I couldn't just leave her there, and it was a 4.5 hour drive home. So we rolled down the windows. We made the best of it, but she still got sick on the way home, had to stop by the side of the road. And anyway, all that to say, about 24 hours later, I got sick, and that stomach and GI bug lasted for a week. It was not violent sickness for a week, but it was, I don't want to eat anything. My stomach hurts. I'm still dealing with some symptoms kind of week. And so it has been very frustrating. And then this last Friday, when I finally felt like myself again, yay, my youngest daughter started puking. So it's been interesting. Needless to say, this has all been very untouched for a while. The week I picked my daughter up when we started getting sick, that was a very busy teaching week for myself. And so we're just going to kind of look through here and see what happens when we don't follow plans. So here we go. We have got, let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Okay, this is my Sterling ink and 2 vertical. That is my daily carry, and it houses my to-do lists. It houses my schedule, and yeah, this is kind of my brain. And so let's see. We are in March, so it wasn't this week or this week. It was this week. So you can see, I didn't get much done. I got some stuff done Monday. Tuesday, it was so busy for me. I taught the whole day. And in the breaks between teaching, I had to run home and get all the stuff prepared for the International Food Fair that we had at our school that evening. And so I got all that stuff in the middle of the day, came back, taught some more, ended school, and then started prepping our food so we could serve it for the food fair. So Tuesday, my one to do was to pick up food. I didn't even mark off that I did it because it was just that kind of a day, but I'm going to do it now. Give myself credit. Wednesday, I cooked at the school for hot lunch, so I was busy the whole day there, and my daughter had an orthodontist appointment, and we got home from that, and I was just kind of exhausted from everything that had happened, so didn't really get much done. And then Thursday, first thing in the morning, was when I went to pick up my daughter who was sick, which I did. And then Friday was my mother's birthday, and I knew she had to work, and so we were waiting around till the evening to give her a call about her birthday, and that is when I became violently ill, and I'm talking violently ill. So I didn't do that, but my family called her and wished her happy birthday. So yeah, this, wasn't much of a productive week. And then this week, so you can see all my sticky notes are here. It looks like Tuesday I was feeling a little bit like I could do some stuff. And so that was actually my husband and younger daughter moved out of the house for a couple days. My in-laws live next door. They just went right over there and hung out with them, trying to avoid getting sick. But he had decided that Tuesday after work, you should be good enough for us to move back in. So I got up, I was feeling a little better, got some laundry, dishes, sheets, bedroom, cleaning, aired out bedding, changed bedding, etc. Did a lot of stuff to kind of get rid of the bug that was going around the house. So you can see I've got a lot of these. This is my March laundry list. You can see I haven't put away anything, but I have washed, dried, and folded almost everything that I did on that day. And then Wednesday, I did a little meal planning. I did go out and shop, and I did also feel well enough in the morning to change out all of my winter clothes for spring and summer clothes in my closet. And that's usually kind of an ordeal. I still have to do my shoes. But of course, the weather at that point decided to turn and get cold again. So the shoes will have to wait till I can actually use them. And then Thursday just felt rotten. Friday, when you're sick off and on for so long and you're eating like between 200 and 800 calories a day because it's all you can manage, your brain just does not fire on all the cylinders. So the thought of dealing with any of the to-do lists and whatever, it kind of left me. So I even made some notes of things I needed to work on and just didn't get to any of those things. So this is like a recoup week. And just kind of to give you an overview, let's see. So you can see, if you're looking at my grid here, where the calories and the intake just drops. Like this, my calories are down here just because they're so far off the chart that it would get into another space. So I'm just putting them down there. That was how that week ended, and this is this week. And again, that was all days of feeling pretty rotten. So you can see I haven't even reached my goals for most of these things. Fat goal, I usually can get that with no problem. Calorie goal, calories here, it's supposed to be up here. So I like my graphs. It really gives me that quick instant visual check-in of where we're at. So yeah, I mean, even yesterday I felt great. But I still didn't even meet my calorie goal yesterday. My stomach has shrunk, and trying to eat food, it's like I can only eat so much, and then I feel like I'm overdoing it. So I think I'm just going to gradually work my way in. We went to IHOP today, and I got a normal breakfast, and I ate all of it. So that kind of feels like an accomplishment. 843 calories in one meal, which normally I would be freaking out because I'd be like, how am I going to eat the rest of my meals today? But it was brunch time, so I think 2 meals today will be fine. But yeah, I've kind of felt like maybe I need to go to like 6 small snacks to get myself through the day, because here Friday I don't even know what I did because I was feeling so out of it. No, actually Friday was a good day. I have no idea what I ate that day. I didn't write it down anyway, and my brain's not remembering, so I'm just going to leave that one blank. But Thursday, I was like, I feel good. We went to the gym, we exercised, felt great, came home, made my normal breakfast. I could not eat but half of it. And then I didn't even want to eat till supper time. And then I ate a normal supper portion, and I felt so miserable, like overstuffed the whole evening. So yeah, it was like I basically got half of my, I almost got 1,600 or 800 calories, and my goal was like 1,512. So just barely over half of the calories and meals that I really need in a day. So it's going to take a while to get back on track. And I'm just going to be like these 2 weeks are what they are. But I did get one workout in, so that was good. So we'll go into this week. I have everything drawn out and planned to prep my meals. One good thing is I need to come up with my grocery list, because of all these meals here that I wrote down, like cauliflower bowl, I still got all the stuff for that. I didn't make it. Tostadas, I still got all the stuff for that. Didn't make it. This whole day, I didn't make any of these things. So I've got those 3 meals I can do. I didn't really even make plans for here. So I really need to kind of figure out what meals I have the stuff for already, move them over to these days, and then figure out what meals I need to finish to kind of fill in the blanks. And Monday, I have to take my oldest. Normally, when she's home on a break, Sunday is the day you take her back. But for spring break this year, she's going back on tomorrow. So this will be meals on the road. So I've got to figure out some healthy things to do on the road. I was very proud of myself. Those of you that have been following me, I was trying to come up with good things to eat on the road. And I actually planned, I planned good meals. So I had a smoothie planned, I had a Panera meal planned, and I had a Taco Bell meal planned, because I knew I was going to have to eat 2 meals on the road because of the way the day was going. And I got my smoothie for the car, drank that. And my only deviation was I got really tired driving and I had to stop and get a Pepsi. So that needed to get added in. And I think this number is correct, but I'm not sure that all of these are. I did update everything in MyFitnessPal, but on the way home, because she was sick, I didn't want to stop and do Panera. And so I did my Taco Bell meal at lunch, and then we just went straight home. And I don't even know what I ate for supper. Well, because I didn't write it down here. It is in MyFitnessPal. So like I said, these numbers are correct, but I was very proud of myself for having come up with this. And so I'm glad I left this here, because I can maybe just do those same meals again tomorrow, because I'll basically have the same situation where I'm eating 2 meals on the road and I need to be mindful of what I'm eating so I'm not overdoing it. It is a harder day. The day I take her back is a harder day because her dorm doesn't accept her back until 5 p.m., where when I pick her up, I can pick her up at noon. So I can leave 7 in the morning with my breakfast in hand, pick her up at noon, we can grab food, and then by the time we get home, it's supper time. But because her dorm doesn't accept her till supper time, that means that we could potentially eat 2 meals at home, and I would just pick up supper on my way back. But because you're driving from like 5 or 6 p.m., just depending on how many stops we make, and we got on the road on time, and it's easier for me to get on the road and get her than it is for us to pack up her stuff and get her in the car and get on the road at the time we plan. Anywho, all that time, I usually end up coming back late, and so then I'm sleepy, and the best way to stay awake, besides drinking a bunch of caffeine that's going to keep me up when I get home, is eating. And so I usually get a big bag of like popcorn. So I need to like go to the store today and get like a bag of Skinny Pop rather than the yummy white cheddar one that I normally like. Because if I'm going to just be eating just to stay awake, which being alive is, and overeating is way better than dying. But I need to be a little bit more mindful. So maybe this isn't necessarily going to work for me on Monday. But anyway, it's how I'm thinking, how I'm planning as I'm going through this, how my brain is firing. This is her last home leave, because the next one that she will be on a music tour. So it is really my last time taking her back and forth, because she'll then be done with school and I will go and just pick her up and bring her home that Sunday after graduation. So I won't have as much of these things to worry me. But anyway, it's better than just buying a bunch of junk and eating a bunch of junk. So I'm trying to plan and be a little bit more mindful, because it's frustrating to be very careful with what you eat and how you exercise through the week, and then have that one day where circumstances get out of hand and you turn to food for survival, and when you're on the road, your choices just suck, and so you end up eating way more than you wanted, and you feel gross, and you're frustrated at yourself, and trying to get out of those negative habits and situations. So anyway, this is kind of what I'm faced with in my plan with me. So before I sign off of this, I'm not going to do much with the food stuff, because that takes time and math and typing things into my phone, which I can't use because I'm filming. So let's just look at this real quick. So here we are, monthly view for March. So we're in this week. So this is my drive her home, back to school day. I do have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Nothing going on Tuesday, which is good, because that was such a busy week. I do cook on Wednesday, but I'm not doing that. I'm doing soups. And that's kind of an easier day for me as a cooking day. Thursday, I don't have anything, which is good. And Friday, this is kind of a clear week for me, so that's nice. And then we do have stuff on the weekend, and then I am cooking for my other daughter, my younger daughter's school's essay banquet. So that's kind of what my week is like. So I'll probably need these days for shopping for ingredients. Probably Friday will be my ingredient shopping day, so I'm set up to cook the food for that. And this day I will need to buy the stuff for their hot lunch and my own. So probably I need to do my shopping that day. Okay, so I've got a pretty open schedule, which is good. It's not going to be a tight schedule for things. So let's go to the weekly view. Okay, this is this week. this is the coming week. So I have already updated that, got my appointment in. I will not be doing this class because I will be on the road, and we will probably leave and drive to school and then drive home. Ideally, if we left at noon, got there by 5, I could get home by 10 p.m., but it usually ends up being 11 or 12 just because of life. And then, let's see, I do need to do my shopping. Let's see, I probably can get a walk-in. Then I need to shop for SA. And that is my daughter's early day. I have to get her there by 7:10, so maybe I can do my shopping there, which means this is not a day that would work well for me to work out in the morning because I like to meet my friends there about 5:30. And so that means I could technically work out on Monday, and I think I need to. So I'm going to give myself, I'm just going to draw that little symbol and put gym. 5:30 to like 6:15 is about what we're doing when we go. What I'm filling in here, this is where I like to put my weather. Totally disregarded the weather. I was hardly outside, so who cares? Could have been beautiful weather or terrible weather. It didn't really matter to me. Wednesday is another gym day. And Thursday is another gym day. Friday, my daughter has to be at school early. And let's put these little boxes in for the weather. I will go in today and kind of fill out my weather for the week. And I know that annoys some people because, you know, it's a prediction of the weather. It's not the actual weather, but let's face it, people. The prediction is usually pretty close. For my purposes, it's good enough. And if it's really, really different than what was predicted, I mean, I could always change it, but it's close enough for me. I'm curious. This kind of data is helpful for me when I'm thinking, you know, like the next year, what's this week often like? It's just a way to kind of check in and see. Okay, so I've got my workouts at the gym in. And then I can walk this day. I can't walk this day. I can't walk this day just because I have this doctor's appointment. So that wouldn't work, but that's normally a day I do both things. I can walk this day. And I can walk this day. So that's at least 3. That's not bad. And then I need to do shop for banquet. That's how that's going to be. All right. Do I have anything else I need to think about? Not really. Okay, so now it's just basically figuring out what meals I'm going to do and doing my shopping. So that takes a while, and you won't get to go along on that part of the journey. So sad, I know. Anyway, this is this, and then week 13, I need to go through here and figure out what of these things, like this is my regular Sunday routine. So this just goes from week to week. And since it's Sunday today, we'll see what things I can check off and put on my list. But I need to go through this and like say what is realistically that I didn't get done in the last 2 weeks. Let's just keep rolling over. Any of that stuff do I need to do and put it on this week? If not, then I will just leave this as it is. You can see this is my Monday and my Tuesday normal things that I do. I do need to do this today. I want to get the taxes done. We have been meaning to do that for too long, so that needs to actually happen. This I need to catch up with, and I need to check in. Okay, so that stuff, but this is something I need to think about and do, and I can't really film while I'm doing that, and you would be bored, we'll be honest. So good luck with your own planning. I hope this is helpful. I guess the purpose of doing this, like, what do you do when you get so far behind, is just to let people know, don't be discouraged. We all have those weeks where we feel like crap, or we're so busy we can't keep up with this great list of things that we meant to do. Give yourself some grace, brush it off, go through and see, is there anything I want to roll over, anything I want to just let go of, and then move on to the next week.